in boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out.
All right, man. Pacquiao responds to Errol Spence, basically saying that he ducked Errol. So he responds, and also we're going to talk about Shawn Porter fighting for the WBC silver belt. And we're going to talk about what that silver belt means as well. So I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We just on the road a little bit today. So, start off with Manny, all right? I told you dudes that Errol Spence passed up on that fight after the accident twice, all right? And that's why Manny Pacquiao, and I put on the screen what he basically put. He had put a gif up there, you know, looking at him, and, you know, Pacquiao only wanted to fight the guy when he went through in a car accident. You know, what's so funny about it, they like to compare Floyd, and, you know, they like to put Canelo on the pedestal and Pacquiao on the pedestal. But, you know, even like to put Sugar Ray Leonard on the pedestal. But they all got some inconsistencies there. They all not perfect. Even we go back in retrospect and say, well, these fighters is better. Them fighters are better. All these fighters been match made to stay away from certain fighters. All right? Pacquiao dug multiple fighters in his career. Okay? Nate Campbell, Zaire Cat. You know, he drained Morales. You know what I'm saying? He had some debatable fights, like 4 or 5 of them, whatever they did with Marquez. You know, then if you continue on with his career, he drained Margarito. He drained the beat-up Cotto. He drained Oscar De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can keep going on and on and on and on about his career. He wasn't beating dudes straight up. And that's just facts. So I'm not sitting here caping for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just letting y'all know that it's a hypocrite in the room, and I don't care what none of you niggas say. We talked about this last night when I played the Brian Kenny interview when Errol Spence say, I'm ready for anybody by the summer. Pacquiao, I'm the king. Danny Garcia, Brian Kenny said, what about Bud? Him too. But you turn around and fight Danny Garcia. And I reported when Pacquiao called him up, hit that money line and said he wanted to do it. And obviously he was an opportunist. He seen the dude beat up, and I respect Errol for not taking that fight. But don't sit out here and cry wolf and make it seem like in the public the nigga didn't want to fight you at all. Oh, he wanted to fight you. You know, once you issue that challenge, you know, I'm just keeping it real. You say I'm the king and I fight and I'm ready for anybody. Per se, is Pacquiao wrong for trying to oblige him and say, all right, let's do it then? Now, I believe that he called him, yeah, that's his February. So that was at the Danny Garcia. No, that was at, I can't remember what fight that was at Fox that he had. He showed up to one of them fight cards at Fox. It might have been Harrison in Charlo 2, all right? I think he called him out. You know, he said something, and then Pacquiao a couple months later called Al and was like, let's do it. And Errol refused it twice. You don't believe me? It's an interview out there with Eddie Sackback. And he had, you know, Errol Spence's first workout back. He had, you know, he don't know how to title his videos. All right? And one of the more important things about titling your videos, let me kind of give y'all a YouTube tip right here. One of the most important things about titling your videos not only helps you in the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, but titling your videos, especially when you do a lot of them, or you build up to the point you do it, you always can go back and find the video. So if I do a video, whatever I name this video, which I haven't really thought about it, and that's to say Pacquiao, you know, claps back at Errol Spence. I know I can go in my archives and put Goodfellas Sports TV in, Pacquiao, Errol Spence, and all my Pacquiao, Errol Spence videos gonna come up. But if you put a video in there saying, oh, here we go again, you know what I'm saying? You know, 2-3 years later, you're not gonna remember you named that video, here you go again. That's the importance of putting fighters' names and the subject names in the title, not just for the algorithm. It's important so you can always go back and find that video. That's why it's important to tag and title your videos correctly. That's another huge point people don't talk about. But is Pacquiao wrong for taking the offer? Well, Errol didn't know what he was talking about. Errol no, you can't say that. He called that man out. Brian Kenny said, we got a lot of hitters in this division. I'm the king. I'm ready for anybody. Pacquiao, Danny, whoop-de-whoop. So, is Manny Pacquiao really wrong? See, he didn't call him out, or he didn't ask Al after he got into a car accident, like, oh, make that fight. Pacquiao, like the rest of us, like, man, I don't know if this motherfucker gonna fight again. You know what I'm saying? Now, had he got in a car accident a month later, we don't know nothing, and he say, I want to fight you, like, oh, the nigga ain't even healthy yet. But Errol issued the challenge. And Pacquiao say, shit, what up now? I ain't want to fight you after you beat Shawn Porter, but I'll fight you now. So people gonna play it how they want to play it. And like with Keith Thurman, ain't nobody giving Keith Thurman a pass. There wasn't no drug test for a long time in that fight until like me and Town started doing videos about the drug testing. There wasn't no drug testing about that fight. And Keith said, I don't care. It is what it is. Keith, basically sold his motherfucking soul and sold his O. No drug testing. Came off a fight with Josito Lopez, blew up 30, 35 pounds. And Pacquiao took advantage of him. Told him he wanted to fight him at the 23rd hour. You know what I'm saying? He ain't giving these young dudes 12, 13, 16 weeks notice. Him and Adrian Broner was announced in the middle of November, and they fought in January. And he know, like I know, these dudes out here, especially in Premier Boxing Champions, they ain't staying ready. They got to get ready. They ain't staying ready at all. So is Pacquiao wrong per se? No, but we know the truth. You ain't want to fight this dude when he was healthy and at his best, and we all know that to be factual. But then again, Errol Spence running his mouth again, feeling good, being a hypocrite, then that's a duck. And Pacquiao looking at him like, man, you ducking. And that's the truth. People, you hate, man. I don't care what you niggas say, man. I'm speaking the gospel, nigga. I'm speaking the truth. Oh, you just hating on him, man, because this nigga. No, I'm hating on him because he the one that's holding up the fight. I told you that, man. I ain't gonna say who. I ain't at liberty to say who name, but somebody on that side of the street said that Al Heyman don't want that fight. He said, oh no, Al Heyman don't want that fight. He was like, I think Terrence Crawford to knock him out. Damn. So that's somebody on his side of the street. That's one of his Umbrella Academy brother Rens or sister Rens that said he'd get knocked out. And Al stopping that fight from happening. It's all being inherited there. James said it. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes shook. They shook. Just come out and say, man, I was scared. Okay, boss. I can't beat Terrence Crawford. I barely beat Shawn Porter. Okay? I was in a car accident, man. I just want to fight Danny Garcia. Get out of here, man. But let's end off on this, man. Shawn Porter was fighting for the WBC silver belt. The WBC a few years ago replaced the interim title with the silver belt. So the silver belt is the interim title. So Shawn Porter, is he gearing up for another rematch with Errol Spence? It ain't gonna happen for at least another fight. And like, what you mean? All right, he got to fight Danny Garcia. He give about Danny Garcia, which is a 99.9% chance he beat Danny Garcia in a majority of y'all opinion. Ain't no way he gonna lose to that bum, right? And then he has to fight the IBF title, interim title holder, which is between Sergey Lipinets and my man Skudabadiev. I call him Qdoba from Top Rank. They fighting on the Showtime schedule, so that should be a really good fight. And he has to fight that 30 days after his next fight with Danny Garcia, or whenever they deem since the pandemic that went on, they kind of been a little bit lax about mandatories and stuff of that nature. So he's supposed to fight the interim IBF title holder next. So you're probably looking at him coming back, if he healthy, February, March, fighting them, and then he can choose to fight Shawn Porter in the middle of 2021 or late 2021, or Keith Thurman, or whatever you want to do. Or maybe Shawn, he fight this Formella guy for the interim title, and then him and Keith fight for the WBC mandatory for Errol Spence. So not sure exactly what's gonna happen, but That fight, and that's no offense to Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter and all the niggas over there, but that fight right there, man, that ain't no title. That ain't no interim title type fight. He should have had to fight Ugas. Okay, he didn't want to fight Ugas. We just keeping it 100. He should have fight Keith Thurman. Was Keith Thurman didn't want it? Let's keep it 100. He said no, from what I heard. Or somebody else hire Josito Lopez, but you know, boxing politics is politics. When the sanctioned belt body stop putting money first, which ain't gonna be never, the fighters put money first. When they start putting money first and start putting, you know, boxing first and making the best fight the best and actually coming up with a respectable ranking system, then boxing is gonna be in a greater place. The sanctioned belt bodies alone have the power to basically change what we're going through. But you know what, Shawn, this is everybody saying Shawn has basically been through a murderous row of fights, and Shawn deserved an easy fight, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And you know, rightfully so, he do. But not at my expense, and not at my time. I don't want to turn on August 22nd and see Shawn fighting Formella. No offense. It's just not gonna captivate my imagination, all right? Or captivate my it's not gonna get my attention. They better have a really good undercard on there, but then again, it is what it is. People gonna say, oh, he deserves an easy fight. These niggas' whole career has been majority tune-ups. For the exception of Shawn Porter, but hey, it is what it is. Shawn won an easy fight. He coming off a loss. That's his prerogative. I'm not mad at him. Just saying, dude, like, man, the pandemic is just giving us another excuse for tune-ups, and everything they coming out with, for the most part, you know, what I'm hearing, Showtime is solid as tune-ups, though. Benavidez next week, tune-up when he could have took on a better opponent. He chose not to, okay? Tune-up. You know, who else we got on here? I mean, we can just keep going on and on, but the schedule really nice, but for the pandemic, but you just wonder, you ain't gonna never get the fights you want, and boxing gonna keep disrespecting their fans. Like I said, man, people, oh, you always talking shit about PBC. I talk shit about everybody that need to be talked about, but then again, I said I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm buying the Charlo pay-per-view card. So I said that. And a lot of people that's trying to, you know, criticize me ain't never supported PBC. I got shirts, I got pamphlets, I got booklets. I done bought multiple Al Heyman pay-per-view and Floyd Mayweather pay-per-views. I done went to the movies. I done went to the bar and paid cover fees. So I do my chin support. When they fights coming up, even the smallest of the fighters, I talk about them, prediction, spotlight they prospects. Nigga, they should put me on the payroll. The rest of these dudes is faking, acting like they know what they talking about. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about boxing. We just keeping it 1,000 wild. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about the game. Business-wise, negotiation-wise, nothing like that. Just give a nigga a mic and he think he can rule the day. Please. But Shawn Porter do deserve it, but I don't support it. Straight up and down. I'm tired of these fights that we should have got 4 or 5 years ago. But hopefully he lined up with Errol Spence again, man. I feel if he didn't get dropped, he won the fight. That was the turning point in the fight, and that kind of was the turning point for a few fights. Badu Jack and John Pascal. I mean, not Pascal, but Adonis Stevenson. It was a few fights that's recent that a knockdown really, you know, determined. I think Keith Thurman and Pacquiao was another one. So, you know, it is what it is, man. So, I mean, a lot of people gonna have their opinion and stuff of that nature, but let me know what you guys think about Pacquiao responding. Shout out to my boy from Houston. I ain't gonna say his name. He sent me that, man, and everybody in boxing duck at some point, or matchmaker kind of steered him away from a person that's at some point in their career. But you know, it is what it is. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there. That's what to donate for your boy. Share the video. Yeah, man, you know, Errol, man, he didn't know what he was talking about, man. You know, he was just joking, man, when he said, man, he'd fight Pacquiao after the accident. You know, it was the meds, man. You know, I used to pop them Xanax pill on cell block F1GD #1, man. I used to make my grilled chicken Caesar salad up there, man. And, you know, oh, man, Saturday, we got a super chat, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I used to love them Caesar salad. It wasn't real chicken, but Bugalow Bob, you know, he used to whip that shit up, man.
You know, he be baby oil on his arms, and yeah, that was my man, man. I got to tap in with him. But y'all know what it is, man. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Comedy and boxing, y'all know I gotta lay it down. We go.